Hey y'all, what's going on? So y'all already know what it is. It is time to talk about Scandal. Now I will say that Scandal was not as eventful as it was last week, but still nonetheless it was good and it set the stage for next week because I can't wait. So let's get into it. So we know that Liv is trying to help old girl to get out of trouble who they done said is sleeping with Fitz, even though she's not. They ruined this girl's life and everything to keep Liv from, being exposed or whatever. Daddy then worked it out, and that was what the whole file was about when they sent, when they had your boy to come in, when the daddy had him to come in or whatever. And apparently he's saying that he's throwing the president a lifeline. You get what I'm saying with that? Which I don't know, because y'all already know it's going to be some shit behind it, because I'm just not feeling the daddy. He's giving me some tease, but like I said, he's that one that will get whatever job done. Here. So, okay, so she's trying to get her out of the trouble. Liv that made up her mind that some kind of way she gonna get her off and she gonna be unscathed. Now, I'm trying to figure out how that shit's gonna work out, Liv, because, girl, you want too damn much sometimes. Anywho, moving on along, on this episode, they pulled one of those, we gonna go back and forth, and for some reason in the beginning, it was kind of like, it was showing how Liv and Huck yet again kind of ran across each other, but they went a little bit more in depth about it. Like basically, there was one scene where she got robbed and so this and that, and the other. Huck beat the shit out of him with his hair long as hell, and I'm sure stinking or whatever, and tells her to run. So she already got an interest in it, giving him money or whatever. She's coming by and this and that and other. Anyhow, in the midst of that, they also start flashing to Liv and her daddy when she was younger, and she said, what's the acne company? And why in the hell are they using that? I think that's some subliminal shit, y'all. Y'all leave that shit below, because I'm trying to figure out why in the hell they using that. Okay, so she's like, what do you do? What do you really do? And what is this? So she's slowly but surely finding out. In the midst of this, Huck gets caught up in the crosswire because they find out where he's at, and we already know he's, 613 or some shit like that, which must be some unruly ass shit, which was the shit they put him through when they threw him in that black ass hole and this and that and other. So Huck then disappeared. At one point, she had to say, listen, she come in with this man, and did y'all see the dude? Was that the dude from early last season that she was dating? Now the one before that, was that him or just younger? Like, clear that up for me, because I'm trying to figure out why we throwing him in there. Anywho, so Huck then disappeared or whatever. Now, in between this, apparently she think Huck then got locked up. She went to the damn precinct trying to get him out. They pause there, and then they go to old dude who's there, and he's the damn lawyer. She's meeting the lawyer or whatever, the guy that was obsessed with her in the beginning. I'm like, what are they doing? It was like a whole bunch of shit in this one, which I felt like, to me, they could have did without, but y'all know with Scandal, this is going to lead to some shit, and this all means something. Some hoe is in there talking about who she knows, who she don't know. She's trying to tell the officer, yes, he did get locked. The lawyer, yes, he did get locked up. He's like, he don't have no record. We don't have no record of him or whatever. Of course you don't, because he's motherfucking 613, whatever the hell that is. Anywho, so she's putting two and two together. She decides, okay, I'm going to get his motherfucking ass. If he think I'm going to just be coming over for wine and shit. Now, I'm trying to figure out who the hell you are. And with that being said, you ain't telling me a damn enough. Least you can do is let Huck out. So the only way she feels she gonna get Huck loose and make a deal is to come in there with somebody that she knows he wouldn't want her to marry. Which, Liv, girl, you put that man's life in jeopardy, because given what your stepdaddy or your daddy do, honey, he could have had him killed if he wanted her to chill the wine and let it breathe. Now, girl, quit playing with other people's lives now, girl. Anywho, so somehow we already know that shit worked out. Huck got out of that. Now, let me pause here for a minute, because I want to talk about old girl who Huck has been teaching shit. Now, she's fishing and shit in Liv's business. Y'all, you know what? That bitch done worked my motherfucking nerves. Like, girl, how are you going to come in there and try to outdo Liv? Like, what are you looking for? What difference do it make who she went to go see her daddy and how often they had something to drink, bitch? You ought to be thankful you didn't blow up in that building and shit and didn't get caught up for that shit. Like, are we really having this conversation and he's telling you, again, yes, somebody else who's showing you how to do shit, and you know Huck could just snap your neck, bitch, and it'll be like, you didn't even exist, and then if Liv get a whiff of you was finding out and go to the daddy, bitch, it would be like you was never born. So, girl, what are you doing? Oh, y'all can't. Anywho, let's backtrack. Y'all know I'm all over the place and shit. So, Liv got old girl, the one who they said is cheating, this and that and other. Now, Millie is somewhere trying to figure out what the hell, and it ain't looking good for her because they like, well, Millie this and that and other. And it's turning out just the way she didn't want it to be. You know, that they was going to look at her like that and this and that and other. So this bitch has got to put a halt to this shit today. Okay? Now, let me see what else happened. In the midst of that, Liv then called on the phone to talk to the president and said, I'm going to represent her. I'm going to expose the White House. Meanwhile, Liv, you know you was screwing him in every office in there, including the Oval Office now, bitch. You ain't got your black folder no more unless you got a new one. Now, girl, you doing a lot. Y'all, she doing a lot. To be the motherfucking president's concubine, bitch, you're doing a lot. But you know I live for you, Liv, though. But girl, I think you're showing out right about now. You're showing all the way out. So she's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to help show that she wasn't the one. And he's like, well, do what you got to do. And she going to be cutthroat. And he's like, you know, get as grimy as you need to get. Y'all just, you know, just kind of paraphrasing through this shit. And they talking about, he's saying I'm a governor. And she's saying she's making jellies or some shit, and they, you know, in another life, like, oh, God, get a fucking room. And y'all know Millie done already said she don't give a fuck. That bitch ain't getting in the White House. But here's my thing. Miss Millie, or Nilly, whatever, bitch, you know you're not my favorite. She already been in that motherfucker. She got it more access to your husband than you do, bitch. It's a special phone and the damn CIA with they pissing motherfucking asses. I ain't forgot about that shit. All they gotta do is come in if he's in a meeting with the motherfucking heads of state and the motherfuckers from different countries. Come in with that motherfucking phone and just hold it. Bitch, he's gonna go no matter what. Okay. Anywho, so Liv is telling old girl's like, my life is ruined, and she's like, no it ain't. We gonna do this and that and other. In the midst of that, you have some bounce backs and this and that and other. Liv is still trying to find out where old dude is, the one who had cameras in her damn house. Now, he's fucking 613. Okay? And again, here we are with 613 or whatever the hell the number is. This motherfucker done disappeared, and this bitch is like, I need to know where he's at. What the hell's going on, you know, and she done already asked the daddy, so she had to ask her dick. She had to say, listen here. I need to find out where he's at. I need you to get him. Not to mention the bitch that went to the motherfucking morgue trying to find a body there, girl. Now, you really get ready to get him hurt because Fitz don't be like, you know what? I think this bitch trying to do something again. Because he already felt some kind of way even talking about this shit. But Fitz, sit your ass down because you got that Millie mouth ass Millie some motherfucking word trying to pretend like she's a wife knowing the bitch is, I can't. Okay, we're going to move forward because I don't have the energy. Okay, so Liv gets old girl and took her to the apartment, this and that and other, and she goes out trying to find out some other shit. Now, she done set up a damn interview with the press or whatever, but no, she did, but then I'm going to backtrack and tell y'all what happened, because y'all know I get ahead of myself, and I just get excited about the show. Now, she done left the apartment and old girl's in there, she gonna fix it. Now, why did that motherfucking phone ring and that bitch pick it up and it was motherfucking Millie? And why did that bitch leave her apartment and go out of there? Bitch, that could have been any motherfucking body calling you, bitch. That could have been Mrs. Claus to call you and say, bitch, I know you slept with Santa. Like, I can't, bitch. And you just took your happy-go-lucky ass on after. Boom. There's the motherfucking limo. And it's Millie saying, we need to talk about the rest of your life. So this bitch did what Liv thinks and talked her into, you know, saying, you know, yeah, we did or whatever. Apparently she did offer this bitch bukus of money. You know what I'm saying? Well, she could. She could. Meanwhile, Liv is still trying to use old dude as leverage. She's still trying to work with the girl. She come back in. Old girl sleep. She thinks she sleep. But then old girl's kind of looking up, kind of looking like, yeah, bitch, I'm on to you. Now, you know Millie's motherfucking ass then told the real Tia and said, honey, this is just a setup. Now, my thing is, did the bitch tell her really Liv's the one who slept with him? You know what I'm saying? But then if she did, that bitch don't got nothing to lose, but if she did, she'd still be a dead bitch either way it goes. So maybe she wouldn't say nothing to Liv. Okay, meanwhile, back at the ranch, Liv's still trying to get him. Old girl that came in with some letters to Huck and said, you know, you told me to stop, but I couldn't because you can train me. Bitch, that's an old ass motherfucking excuse. Sit your ass down and stop trying to get Huck's PP, because that's what I think you're trying to do, bitch. Anyway, so she says, listen, I followed up to her and it stopped, but then there was a conversation about this person at the station getting money and leaving coin and disappearing and so. So she didn't put two and two together, and she's saying it's the Huck, and then apparently then it flashed to Liv saying, oh, dude who wanted the deal said, I want the same deal he got. And she was like, Huck, I didn't do no deal. Liv, Huck is the one that's gonna die for you. Them other motherfuckers, they gonna call as many motherfuckers as they can, but Huck gonna lay hands on the motherfucker for you. You done took him out the trenches. You done washed his stinking ass and got the motherfucker teeth brushed, his lips and shit. And his haircut, he ain't stinking no more like honey. And you know you don't want to with Huck because that motherfucker was down there longer than anybody else. Anywho, somewhere in the midst of that, before that, she done went to Huck and said, what's 613? What happens? Could he be dead? And he said, maybe not right away because they done put too much time and money into making him that way. So they hoping they can retrain him. Now, if they can't, that's when the pain come and then death. It ain't going to be immediate death because that would be, you know, a good act, you know, as far as they're concerned to give him a quick death. Hell no. They're going to torture the shit out of him. Huck, I'm looking at him and he's looking shivery like he's thinking about what the fuck they did to him. You know, which it all makes sense now because why would they have just let Huck go? They knew where Huck was. Huck was or whatever. Why did they just let him go? He ain't that bad. It's always a bad motherfucker. The motherfucker that employs you would be the baddest motherfucker and whoever's over him. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, so that happens. Now, they done set it up where they want to have it. Y'all know I just talk about what's pertinent to me. They done set up for this interview. Liv then called the president back and said, I want him back. Do whatever you got to do. Now, he did tell her he ain't dead. And she's like, I want him. He's like, I can't do it. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Like, it is above him. Ain't a damn thing he can do. But apparently it is something that he can do. Which was, go to Si's old motherfucking ass and say, look, I'm about to go in here and either tell that I was sleeping with Liv and get a whole truth and get both of us thrown out of this White House, or you gonna get him let go. Basically, at the end of the day, Si knew his queenly ass had to do it because you know he don't want to come out of that White House. That bitch might as well be a motherfucking brick in the White House and a cornerstone at that. Anywho, so they work their shit. Old girl sit there, she waiting on questions and shit. The bitch is out there trying to find out, and the dude's like, ain't nothing I can do for you, whatever. So Leah puts two and two together and says she's getting ready to admit that she was. They got to her, somebody got to her, which, why wouldn't you know it was Millie's motherfucking ass? Like, the only other person it could have been would have been Si. And you see what I'm saying? Like, and there ain't no other way. It ain't but two motherfuckers that was gonna be. Because if your daddy dealt with her, she'd be a dead bitch and there wouldn't be no discussion. Because if the bitch is dead, you can't ask her nothing in the afterlife, but we gonna have a seance. I don't think so. Anywho, so Liv is talking to the, and that's when the whole president shit goes down, blah, 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 this and that, another. Needless to say, The president had his interview and said that he was sleeping with her, and then after that, went and talked to old girl, Miss Holier Than Thou, and she's like, I don't believe this shit. What are you covering up? You're not giving me what you offer. This is not what, the whole thing. He walks up on her and basically, damn near dick in hand to say where he was screwing the bitch and all around her. She steps back because God knows she ain't had dick since Dick made her. So, she steps back, but I think she's still in the back of her mind knows something else. And, basically at the end of the day, they done ruined this girl's life. Bottom line. Now, girl's like, why would he say that? And why is she leaving? Liv's walking away or whatever. The other people said, listen, you'll get a book deal and be able to retire. You'll be fine. This and that. No, we'll set up some interviews, bitch. You was the one who slept with the president, bitch. We can't do nothing else, honey. Ain't nothing else we can do for you but make you a wealthy bitch. So even though y'all having bump cuckoos, bitch, you're getting dollar like you was out there turning it and drew the ultimate motherfucking trick. The president. So, girl, get ready, get your book deal, bitch. Tell them what you want, write your list out, and all of that. And you'll forever be the bitch that slept with the president. That's it. That's all it is, too. Anywho, after that, Liv's walking out because she done left, and Huck is walking up on her because he done put two and two together, and he said, I got 2 questions. Did you make a deal for me? And she said, no. I've never lied to you. No, Liv, you know your ass can lie at a drop of a motherfucking dime, bitch. I had to get you, bitch. You did. But then she don't want to hurt her, and she genuinely does care about him. Then he says, is your father the commander? And she ain't answered quick enough. Why did he go to grab her neck? And no, he could have snapped her shit then. And you want to talk about a bitch breathing heavy and shit. And y'all know how Liv be with them lips and shit, bitch. You better breathe. I don't know if they have a breathing class or some shit at acting school, bitch. But nobody breathes better than you and the bitch off of Twilight Bella. Because that bitch forever, I can't. We're going to move forward. So she goes home, sitting at home with her wine and shit, sitting on the damn couch and gets a ring. And it's the daddy. She's like, don't ever call me again. I don't want to fucking talk to you no more. She didn't say, fuck y'all, no. She don't want to talk to him no more. He said, answer the door. And she's kind of like, no, but she knows she better get that door because it was really him at the door. Girl, please, you know he wouldn't have even called you. Anywho, turns out it's the damn guy they done got from the 613. Now, y'all, this shit is getting deep, and evidently, now I'm wondering, is old dude going to be good or bad? Now, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a bad thing, and that the daddy didn't have to let him go. He wants some other kind of leverage. I don't know. I ain't feeling the daddy on this shit. And with that being said, let me also ask this question. Do y'all think the bitch that was getting all the information about Liv and her daddy should go? Because I'm over her. And what y'all think Huck gonna do? Like, how is this shit gonna work out? I don't know. But at any rate, on the next episode, apparently it's gonna be, and now, y'all, was that the bitch who was supposed to have been sleeping with the president? Because it went by so quick, but this bitch, whoever this bitch is, wearing her motherfucking bomb belt, she gonna have Liv and them, the president gonna have to get them to get to shooting and shit. Now, Liv, you got a mean cuckoo, baby, when the president is getting his motherfucking snipers. He don't give a fuck who go down as long as that cuckoo don't go down. And, bitch, with that being said, he might be like, I'm okay with the bitch being paralyzed from the top of the thighs down. I don't know, girl, but you better figure, bitch, you're going to have to breathe. Now breathe, bitch. Now breathe. So y'all tell me what y'all think. That's what I got out of it. It was a good episode. It wasn't just, I was in it, but I wasn't like, like I was last week, like, Lord, they didn't, gave up all the stuff. So y'all tell me what y'all think or whatever. Leave it below. If you do a scandal review or whatever, send it to me because YouTube then took the damn video responses off. So just let me know in the comments so I can come and subscribe and watch your videos or whatever. So I'm out of here, y'all. Much love. I'll be back in here to talk about the covenant. Yes. And y'all, I just realized that the black ink that I talked about, I need to talk about this one that just went off. And I need to talk about the boring-ass basketball hoes, which ain't even worth a fucking video, to be quite honest, y'all. They can wrap this shit up. Like, it's not even worth a conversation. Although I am a little bit perturbed with how Tammy came off in the doctor's office with her mother, but everybody deals with things differently. So I feel like that may be hands off. You know what I'm saying? Given the situation, I don't even think I'm going to talk about that particular part. I'm going to let that go, because her mother is gone now. So, anywho, we're going to talk about the covenant, y'all. I'll be back, right back in here to talk about the covenant. So, y'all, let me know what y'all think. I'm out of here. Bye.